Yep, we're live. Hi, everybody, this is Mike. Welcome back, all you YouTubers, Facebookers, Internet peoples. Yeah, this is Mike from Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in sunny Sharpsburg, Georgia. A little bit chilly out there, but not in here. I was just going to update you guys real quick on this 2013 Accura, I think it is, SUV of some sort. I forget the technical name for it. Oh man, finally this hood is 100% done. It took forever. And the hood is fiberglass. Imagine that. That makes the paint act a little differently. And this year, the clear coat is extremely hard, it seems. But, man, oh man, oh man. Let me get me a pointer here. Man, we damp sanded rather, the entire hood because it was so badly hammered. And then I compounded it with a rotary polisher and a couple different pads, wool pads and a hybrid pad. Of course, that left buffer trails naturally. Then I used a 15 millimeter throw dual action Pro model polisher. Had a couple watchers, but I guess they dropped out. It's hard to tell. Oh man. And then we did the final polish with that, with a black Lake Country pad. I used about 3 different ones on this hood, just swapping them out. It's easier for me than trying to clean them on the fly. And it came out rather nicely, I think. I believe it's as close to perfection as you want to try and get it. Oh man, which it ain't bad, but there are still, I don't know if you guys can pick it up, there are still some scratches left, but those are so deep, I don't believe I would want to risk trying to get those out. There's another deep one right there. There's a few left, a couple rock chips, which I knew I couldn't do anything about. I doubted seriously if I was going to be able to get rid of those scratches, but did minimize them tremendously, I think. But all the other scratching and micro marring is now gone. There's a scratch right there. I don't know if you guys can pick it up. I'll try to catch it in lights. It's difficult to see until you get up just on it and catch it in the light. There's one right there. Yep. I think you can see it now. Very, very deep scratch. But a couple of my best friends during this process were these 2 gadgets here. This one is just a thermometer. It helps me to monitor the temperature of the paint as I work, because I don't want to, when you're buffing this paint, you generate a lot of friction and therefore heat. If you generate too much heat, you will damage the clear coat. It will expand because it is plastic when it gets too hot. So I try to keep it within 10 degrees or so of the temperature when I first start. And you can see right now it's only 73 degrees because it's cooled down. And I went around, this is my paint thickness gauge, and before I started I had, give or take, 4 mils of paint on this hood. And like I said, I wet sanded the entire hood and machine sanded parts of it, hand sanded other parts of it. Then I went back over it with compound and wool pads and a rotary buffer, wiped that off, then went back over it, 6 to 8 passes each section with that 15 millimeter throw dual action pro polisher, which actually generates a lot of heat and can remove a lot of clear coat. But after I finished, I tested, and actually I have removed very little clear coat. In some spots it's not even noticeable, and that's what you want. You want to preserve as much clear coat as possible. That's where your UV protection and your shine comes from. The most important, probably the UV protection. If you remove too much, then your paint will start to suffer rather quickly, in my opinion, and so I've been taught. So the fact that we were able to make this vast of an improvement without removing any really noticeable amount of clear coat is a victory, and to me, an absolute victory. And I cannot wait to get the sealant on here and see what that's going to look like. It should improve the gloss and shine tremendously. Oh, I was going to show you guys. This is my refrigerator magnet. This is fiberglass. It's not going to stick to it, but it won't even stay put. Now, that's how smooth that paint is, folks. There's very little protection on this paint. That Coat Chemie Final Polish leaves a little bit of protection behind a polymer, as I understand it, but not much. But that thing won't stay put. And once I get the sealant on there, it's going to be even more than that. So it'll stick to that because that's untouched. But this is with little to no protection on it, folks. And hopefully, since this was a horizontal surface and it gets hammered worse probably than anything, except for the roof in this case, which got really hammered by tunnel washes. I can see spots from here where there's no paint left. One right up there. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time on the roof, Mr. Mike, because it's just almost a total loss now as it is. There's no point because there's not much paint left up there in a lot of places. Don't even hardly register on my gauge. So, you know, I see a few scratches here and there on this. If I catch the right, just right. But it's really good. And these vertical surfaces, some of them should be much easier to do, except there's a few spots where there are some deeper scratches and paint defects and etchings, that sort of thing, that I may stop in wet sand, damp sand a little bit. But that's it. Just wanted to catch you guys up all day long up to now on this hood. And it's almost 4 o'clock, and I started about 9 o'clock this morning. Took a couple of coffee breaks, took lunch, very short lunch, made a sandwich, and whew, it's been a beast. It's been a beast. But this is some time-consuming, tedious work to do it to this level. Yeah, you could have done a one-step polish and improved it, you know, a lot, but it would not have been anywhere near this dramatic. And if you pushed and pushed and pushed that one-step polish, you would have removed much more clear coat than I did, in my opinion. You know, some people would have been happy with a one-step, but that's not what this detail is all about on this vehicle. So anyway, I appreciate everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. It's coming up. It's coming up. I was going to show you another one of my tools right quick. This is my thermometer and humidity monitor. A lot of these products are temperature and humidity sensitive, particularly the coatings and that sort of thing. They only like to work within a certain range. Usually optimum is 60 to 80 with low humidity. So I have my heat running, and if the humidity gets too high in here, I also have to run the air conditioner at times. I have to run them both to regulate the temperature and the humidity. Now that will be crucial when I get around to putting the coating. I'm putting the titanium glass coating on all the outside glass, and I will carefully have to monitor that when I put that on. The titanium sealant that's going on here, not so critical. But anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I might have to drag out some more buffers here, you know, to get those little narrow spots and things like the mirrors up under the door handles, that kind of stuff, folks. But anyway, uh-oh, got my air compressor. Time to go. Bye, everybody.